Hey everybody, it's Kate from Function. It's really nice to think about some of you tuning into this. I've really missed a lot of your faces. So I wanted to share some thoughts I have about calm and breath and staying centered throughout an unknown time. So in Chinese medicine, breath is dominated by two organs. It is dominated by the lungs and the kidneys. So the lungs are what actually grasp the air and bring it down and through the body. The kidneys are what help push the air out. So the act of breathing in is by the lungs and the act of breathing out is by the kidneys. And interestingly enough, those two organs are also associated with emotions. Just to remind you guys, we don't separate the mind from the body here, and that is such an important part of Chinese medicine, and also an important part of taking care of ourselves, especially in this time of unknown. The lungs dominate grief, and the kidneys dominate fear. It's really, really common to have a lack of breath or maybe a disorder of breath when we are dealing with things like fear and or grief. I can only imagine that's resonating with some of you, as it has been for me. And it's easy to forget about breathing. The simple act of breath can calm the body and the central nervous system, which is so important for a time like now when most of our cortisol levels are high. We are in a state of survival mode, truly. And so remembering the simple act of breathing can be a game changer for our bodies as much as our minds. And the Chinese have a saying about calming the mind, which is, if the mind is calm, the body will follow. So, I mean, it sounds pretty good, right? Does that always matriculate? Maybe not, but it's certainly a fundamental that I believe in, and I hope that it is helpful for you. So I wanted to show you one of the best ways I've learned to breathe, and it was a technique I was taught years ago, and for those of you that have worked with me, you are very familiar with it. It is called heart math, 4-7-8 breath. So what I'd like you all to do is take a minute, try and calm and center yourself as much as you can, and then I'd like you to take 4 breaths or 4 seconds of breath through the nose. Hold it for 7. And breathe out through the mouth for 8 seconds. 4-7-8 breath. Breathing in for 4 seconds, holding it for 7 seconds, and breathing out for 8 seconds. In through the nose, out through the mouth. You can feel your whole body starting to calm down, starting with your heart rate. It is truly one of the most valuable things that we can do in a moment of crisis, is remember to breathe.